This is my second vlog of my diet journey, trying to lose weight with the Drop Away diet drops. Just got to the end of week 3, just about to start week 4. And this week, I'll be honest, I found it difficult. I've really struggled with missing foods that I really like carbs, pasta, rice, potatoes, that sort of thing. But I've stuck with it and I haven't had them. Life, however, has got in the way a little bit, and I've been out for a meal that's been booked for a while. It was fantastic. But saying that, I have lost £1, which I'm quite happy with actually, considering what I ate when I went out for my meal. I think the tablets and the drops have definitely helped in me not gaining too much weight. This week, as promised, I'm going to show you a recipe idea. Now, this is my version of kebabs. Really simple, really easy, really quick to make. So I'll show you how to do it. Right, first of all, you need 100 grams of lean or extra lean mince. I've got this little mini thing, but you can put it in a bowl and mix it up by hand if you want. So that goes in there like that. To that, we add a quarter of finely chopped onion. That goes in there like that. To that, I add a quarter of a teaspoon of cumin seed and coriander. So that goes in there. And then a little bit of pepper, or depending on how you like it, that's individual taste. And a tiny little bit of salt. That goes in there. And then all we do with that is blend it. I can get a blender to work. Okay. Show you what to do with that in a minute. Next thing we need to do is make a garlic sauce. Now for that, simple pot like that, or anything with a lid that you can shake about. I want 2 tablespoons of fat-free natural yoghurt. That goes into there. Now if you can make this the night before or in the morning, it'll be even better because it'll give the garlic that you're going to add time to infuse into it. So that's your yoghurt. Now, depending on how much garlic you like, you're allowed 1 clove, but this is going to be quite strong because you're using raw garlic. So you need I've just put a quarter in. Put that in there like that. Use that bit to get that bit out. And into that, I've got some fresh mint that I've chopped up quite fine that I add to it. I did try doing this with dried mint the other day, and it didn't work as well. The mint didn't taste quite as nice. So if you can get some, that would be a real good help. I think I got mine from supermarket, great big bunch of it for about 50p, something like that. And it does keep well if you put it in a little cup on the side in some water. So you do that, put the lid on, shake it about, then you just pop that in the fridge. If you've done that in the morning or the night before, pop it in the fridge, it'll be fine for the following day. That's going to be your yoghurt sauce for your kebab. So stick that in there. Next, onto your veg. I've got here 80 grams of aubergine. That's going to be instead of my pita bread. And then to that I've got 220 grams of butternut. Now I've done that first. We've got that peeled and that because it is a pain to peel. So I usually use a knife to get the sides off. And you want your chips about that sort of size. Now what we do with them, you get a bag, put your chips into your bag, like so. then get your fry light. 2 sprays of fry light. 1, 2. Shake it up like that. Simple. Baking tray. You don't have to use one of these, but I find that they're really useful, really good. So pop them after they've been shaked about in the oil onto there. And then 2 slices of your aubergine as well. And you pop them in the oven. And depending on how or what sort of oven you've got, what the temperature's like, you want to be about 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe a little bit longer. I usually put gas mark 6, but I'm not sure what gas mark 6 is in centigrade. I think it's about 200 and something. And that's that. Right, so now I've used my baking sheet for putting my chips and my aubergine in the oven. What I've done is I've put a little bit of cling film over the top of my chopping board for this next bit. This is now where you make your kebabs. Now I like flat kebabs. You could put them on sticks, I suppose. I've never tried that, but that's up to you. You know, if you want to do that, feel free. Let me know how it goes. Leave a note on my thing, on the internet. So, put your mince out. Now remember, it's 100 grams of mince, so it's all measured out. If you wanted to do more and say freeze some, I would say, you know, for every 100 grams of meat you use, it's a quarter of the coriander and the cumin seeds, quarter of a teaspoon that is, to each 100 grams. Now, what I like to do is divide this into 2, once I've got it, just like that. Because you're going to have the whole amount because it's 100 grams, it's your protein. Put it into a bowl and then just flatten it out. Like burgers, I suppose. I mean, you can make really good beef burgers, I suppose. I suppose you could do this with beef or lamb or turkey or whichever mince you wanted. And they need to be, I like them like that, so they're only about 2-3 millimetres in depth, up to ½ centimetre. Press them out like that. And then they're ready to be fried off. Now when they're done, they only take 5 minutes to fry off. Just want your frying pan really hot, 1 or 2 sprays of your fry light in the bottom, and you're ready to go. Right, 40 minutes. I've just checked on the butternut squash chips and the aubergine, and they're now just about ready, so we're going to do our kebabs. Preheat your frying pan with a couple of sprays of your fry light and just pop them in like that. Now when you're making these, depending on what sort of meat you use, always check on the approved list to find out how much meat you're allowed. Because some of the meat you're allowed 100 grams and other meats like chicken and turkey you're allowed about 150, I think it is. But you best check on there for that. So, like I say, these only take a couple of minutes. So while they're frying in there, we'll take out the butternut.
Right, they've had roughly about 3 minutes each side now. Add them onto your aubergine. Yoghurt sauce that we made earlier. Pour over the top. Aubergine on top. And enjoy!